Hey vloggy vlog, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do starting to get my shit together again series. So this is gonna be what I eat in a week / meal prepping with me. You're gonna see what I make and then you're gonna see me eat it. How fun. I'm gonna make breakfast hot dogs. I'm gonna make a lunch number 1, which is a basic salmon, rice, avocado. I'm gonna make a second lunch, which is a chicken burrito, and then for dinner, a pizza, because usually I'm pretty tired at night and I don't know, who doesn't like pizza? But before we get started, I have to clean my fucking kitchen, I think, because I don't like to work in a dirty space. So if I have to clean my kitchen, then you have to sit your ass down and watch me do it. I hate it, but okay, whatever. I guess let's get started. So I thought this was gonna be a time lapse of like the kitchen being all fucking dirty and then like it being all sped up and like it just vanishes. But like as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about like, okay, let me just focus on my first meal because a bitch is hungry, like I'm hungry. And I was like, okay, well like, what am I gonna make? Let me just meal prep that and then like I'll meal prep the rest of the stuff tomorrow when I'm off again. So I'm gonna make salmon and rice, which you literally don't need anything that I'm fucking cleaning. I just need a rice cooker and my salmon is like the pouch. So I'm a little mad at myself because I feel like I wasted all that time, but at least I started the dishes because it's a lot. Also, this is what I'm listening to. Call Her Daddy. How do I know you're my soulmate? So hop on it if you want. I feel like bikini prepping, it was so fucking traumatic because I had forgotten that I had that like seasoning, because I got so used to putting literally nothing on my food. And I forget that, like, oh yeah, like you can make your food, like you can enjoy your food, you can make it taste good, you can like actually love what you're eating. Because I know, like, I'm not gonna trauma dump on y'all just yet about what that like bikini prep did to me, but it's toxic. Like, I guess quick backstory, I used to be a personal trainer for 3 years. I recently stopped maybe 2 months ago. I was on a bikini prep for like 6 months until I like was transitioning jobs, and it was just too chaotic at the time. And oh my god. And it's so weird because I'm trying out different things. Like back then I was still eating like the 6 meals a day, and then I started realizing like I don't need to be eating that much anymore. But then my brain was just so accustomed and like trained to think like, no, you need to be constantly eating, like you need to like have your metabolism working, yada yada. But I'm like, no, I want to be fucking normal. Like I don't want to be a gym rat anymore. I guess I'm still kind of going through like that identity shift. Like right now I'm trying to go on the other like extreme of it. Like I look at, since I'm trying to be like petite again, I look at like, okay, yoga, Pilates, just like petite people. I don't know if I know like what to, like influencers, I don't know, whatever. And like I'm like seeing what, and it's so funny because I'm like, bitch, I was a personal trainer, like I know what I need to do, you know. But I'm like, no, like let me see what they're doing. And then I see like they won't really eat, their meals aren't as big. Or like I'll see like, let's say I'm really into like Asian food, so I'll watch like Korean vloggers, and then how they just eat like noodles and shit. And I'm like, bro, those are just a bunch of carbs. Like, how are you not, like, how are you still skinny? And like, you know, let's say at work, I'll be like munching and stuff. And I was so baffled because some of my coworkers won't eat literally like the whole 8 hours. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm fucking starving by the time I'm like halfway through my shift. And I guess that's just my metabolism. Like I just got used to like working so hard that I just constantly need things like that. So, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to follow other people's lifestyles, but then still cater to like what my body needs. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm just trying to get my life together again. Oh my god. Dude, this whole freaking time I don't know if I'm anxious because I'm still getting used to like recording, or if it's because I drank like a C4 earlier and it's barely hitting me, but I'm like, internally I'm losing my bonkers. Internally I'm losing my shit. But I guess we'll find out when I'm editing if I'm keeping my cool. So I've been using this at, not gonna lie, I haven't been using it as recently, but I use it when I remember. And it actually really helps. Like, it has really thick hair, as you can tell. Maybe not as much because it's short, but like, it's a lot. So it's usually always very stiff. But if I soak this in while it's still damp, it makes a huge difference. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like those TikTok girls where their hair is like oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. You know, sometimes this shit gets dark. I don't mind reading this right now with like the relaxing music. But I had tried reading this before work sometimes. Like, since I work downtown, there's a Starbucks right around the corner. And I remember once, let's say I worked maybe 11, so I showed up around 10, like, okay, let me like stop by, like read for a little bit before work. But then as I was reading it, I was like, bitch, this is too dark for fucking 10 in the morning. I was like, nah, I'm trying to keep my happiness for the rest of the day. Soft pass. And I honestly didn't want to read it for a good, let's say, like week or two. Like, I barely started reading it again these past couple of days because I was like, do I really want to process all of this right now? But yeah, I mean, it's whatever. I'm not like, oh my god, I just noticed the picture. Like, it's a combination of education, since I went to psychology, versus like shadow work, I guess. So yeah, whatever. I probably should get, I mean, I do have a fiction book to like relax, but I already started this one, so I want to finish it, but that one's also started and it's all whatever. A good quote I found, or it wasn't even a quote, I think it was like, oh, it was a girl on TikTok, and she was like, books find you when you need to read them. So that's why I'm like, nah, just finish it. I mean, you found it for a reason. Synchronicities and Okay, I'm not gonna make this vlog all about trauma, but I'm gonna share this with y'all, and then bye-bye. 3 months later, Marilyn told the group that she had stumbled and fallen a few times on the sidewalk between the subway and my office. She worried that her eyesight was beginning to fail. She had also been missing a lot of tennis balls recently. I thought again about her drawing and the wild child with the huge terrified eyes. Was this some sort of conversion reaction in which patients express their conflicts by losing function in some part of their body? What? That's insane. Like, our bodies are so freaking crazy. Like, this is why I'm into psychology, because it's like, how is a memory going to trigger your eyeball to stop working? I love all this kind of information because, like, yeah, it can be kind of dark sometimes, but I feel like that makes me a lot more compassionate towards other people, because I'm like, okay, if I understand why I have these certain things, or like why certain people, like, things happen, like whatever, and I see it on somebody else, I'm like, okay, well, I don't blame you. Like, I know you have things going, I don't know, it's just, it helps me be a better person.
like, what do you mean why? You literally overshare about everything. I also just want to say thank you so much to EOS for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Mind your own goddamn business in the airport and you see this fine ass man. Let's get back.
Alexa, stop. Did she just do a British moment? Alexa, start.
Wait, he was like in the Navy at 18, you know what I mean? Okay, so they were pretty chill. They were pretty chill, yeah. I was a bit of a goody two-shoes in high school, so I was somewhat weirdly responsible. Well, I feel like because we're going to get back, because I know you went to an Ivy League school, so I was wondering, like, did you spend all of your high school time, like, preparing to try to get to college, or did it, like, come naturally for you? I loved school. I love learning, and so school was not like really stressful for me. To me, it was about getting out of my hometown, and I'm super grateful for where I grew up. I love Eastville, Mass. Shout out, Western Massachusetts. But I had city blood from birth, and I just knew I was meant to go live in a city somewhere, somehow. I was not meant to like party with kegs in the woods while it was raining on me, you know, off of George's Farm Road or whatever. So to me, the whole situation in high school was about getting out, like, what's the best school I can get into? How can I get out of here? How can I make real money in my life? How can I, you know, I grew up working class, and my parents wanted more for me, and I wanted more for me. Totally.
I was ambitious.
I can relate to that because I'm from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
most challenging aspect of adjusting to going to a school like UPenn.
It was passing, right? As somebody who like belonged there. They have programs now for this in college, which they didn't have when I was there, which is basically like socioeconomically to be on scholarship and grants and all of that, which is how I went to Penn. I worked the entire time. I never went on spring break. I never went anywhere. I stayed at school and worked. I did not go. I worked all summers. So that was just part of it that for me, you know, I was there living and hanging out with and going to class with people who just never have to worry about that stuff. You know, they were not worried about a winter coat with a hole in it. And I was like, fuck, a winter coat with a hole in it. This is my coat. Let me sew this myself. Like, you know, like, oh, I had to miss shifts because I had to, you know, study. I literally was choosing between like a shift at work or studying for a test. And it's like, all right, well, I gotta maintain the 3.0 hours so I can stay at this school. And so, okay, now I'm at the shift. So now we're gonna have bagels this week at every meal, you know.
But when you look back, like, do you feel like that also propelled you to a different level for yourself?
Look, it was my experience. Yeah, I really only try to speak for myself at this point. You know, that was my experience. I had to work a lot. I missed out on a lot of things. But of course it makes you a person who is respectful of the dignity of work. Like true, you know? I was a chambermaid in a bed and breakfast, and like, don't flush condoms down toilets, assholes. Stop it.
It's such a good thing. Like, TSA, we don't have to condoms.
Alexa, stop.
That's not where they go.